Oh boy, what a time it has been trying to get to this moment. Wow. So, Widowmaker versus Black Widow death battle. So, this has been one that has been very, very highly requested on the Discord, and we are now getting to it. So, yeah. Black Widow from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Widowmaker from Overwatch.
Black Widow as in Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
Black Widow? Okay.
Yeah, that Black Widow.
I don't know the giant plethora of superheroes like in the expansion.
Well, it's okay. Well, Natalia Romanova, or
Yeah,
Natasha
got it.
Romanov.
Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, she's altogether a former KGB agent turned U.S. CIA operative who overall is just like one of the most badass human beings in the world. And Widowmaker.
It's weird that she has no accent.
Well, her accent actually it can change because it's done. She's changed it a few times in the in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She's changed it a little bit.
I hadn't noticed.
It's okay. It's very.
I just
subtle.
never noticed her talk with an accent. And I figured like a KGB operative would have a
Well,
Russian
she
accent.
spoke Russian
probably.
in the Avengers.
Oh, okay, I don't remember that.
She spoke full Russian.
Does she still have a bunch of like sexual tension going on with Captain America? Or
No, that as it was said in Avengers: Age of Ultron, he's like, no, trust me, I've seen her flirt up close, and what she's got with you, actually, who she's got a thing with is Bruce Banner, the Hulk, and I'm
That's
like,
right.
and I'm like, what,
Yeah,
when did this come about?
Totally blanked out on that.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So did everybody else. So honestly, I don't mind. But originally I thought it was going to be a thing between her and Hawkeye, but then turns out Hawkeye's got a family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? Hawkeye got a wait, how did what? I'm so confused.
I just remember that in fucking when Tony Stark is like, she's an agent. Those two are tiny agents. And it's one of the kids.
Yeah. So honestly, I don't know where they're going to go with her character development. From what I understand, she is getting a movie finally, which they wanted to do a movie ever since, like, I think after the first Avengers movie. They wanted to do one, but Scarlett Johansson was pregnant during the filming of that. During the filming of the first Avengers, so they had to push it back, and then Winter Soldier came along, and then Age of Ultron came along, and now they finally have the time to do it after Avengers Endgame, which, okay, finally. But, yeah, and then, of course, Widowmaker from Overwatch, who is the bane of my existence as certain characters.
One of my characters in my book, the sniper in my team, I'm kind of modeling her a little bit closer to Widowmaker as far as kind of, she is French. She doesn't have, like, the blue skin or anything going on, but a little bit. Kind of like that. I like that kind of personality.
Yeah, well, she's very cynical and very, very, very predatorial with her presentation, and she's good at what she does. And plus, some people who are really good with her are kind of bullshit, almost like the people who are too good with Hanzo. Because I remember,
she'll fucking snipe. You got a good player with her, fucking snipe you across the map.
Dude, I just left spawn as Reaper, and all of a sudden, I get shot in the head by a Hanzo from around the corner. Just dead. Immediately.
Yeah.
Not 3 seconds into the game.
Goddamn, dude.
And then, I get to the choke point, and I go into shadow mode, and I go into the back room, and as soon as I peek my head out to where I can get behind the enemy team, from on the bridge, pow, headshot from Widowmaker. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, why? Ugh. But anyway, Death Battle has done a video highlighting these two. So let's see what happens. So here we go. Let's get it up on screen.
My wager's gonna go with Widowmaker.
Well, we'll do that. We'll make our wagers after they go over the fighters.
Okay.
They usually do like a little thing where we stop we give our bet who we think's going to win and go from there.
They go really in depth on all of the stats of the characters, which
Yeah,
is
no,
to kind
yeah,
of reason out which one you think would actually win for sure
Yeah.
without a bias.
All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Up. Damn it.
So far, I've guessed every single winner of the ones
Some
I've
people are
watched.
born
here.
to be heroes or villains, but many are thrust upon these roles with very little regard and must simply make the best of their new, stressful life.
Like Black Widow, the covert enemy turned ally of the Avengers.
And Widowmaker, the deadly but unwitting adversary of Overwatch.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Natalia Romanov, more commonly known as the anglicized Natasha Romanoff, is one of the more curious members of the legendary Avengers.
Yeah, unlike most of them, she doesn't have any ridiculous superpowers, and she even started out as a bad guy.
Like many secret agents, Natasha's past is a mystery. One account claims she was raised by a soldier named Ivan Petrovich, who taught her the art of combat. His teachings were so affluent that Natasha was kidnapped by an order of assassins known as the Hand, intending to train her as their master assassin.
Luckily, Wolverine and Captain Boy Scout rescued her, but she eventually put her talents to use working for the KGB and becoming a famous ballerina.
However, the most likely story was that Petrovich admitted a young Natasha to a secret Soviet program called the Black Widow Ops. There, in the infamous Red Room, Natasha was trained to be the deadliest spy in the world.
She learned all sorts of stealth, assassination, and martial arts techniques, including the newly invented Sambo style, which is basically like street fighting judo mixed with the craziest grappling moves ever. Like, how does she even do that?
Well,
Yeah, it was kind of fucking
Dude,
She
Russian
learned
Sambo
dozens
is
of other
nuts.
martial arts, including karate, Muay Thai, Aikido, and Kung Fu.
And she's mastered all sorts of weaponry, becoming an expert marksman. Damn, sign me up for the Spider Ops.
Don't get the wrong idea. The Red Room was brutal. Natasha was brainwashed, literally programmed with false memories, which included her days as a ballerina. She was even forced to duel other members to the death. Crazy to think about considering how much went into each one's training, but all the more to transform her into the ultimate stone-cold spy, codenamed Black Widow.
Yeah, sometimes that's what you gotta do if you want to be a winner. When I was a kid, Mama Boomstick trained me and some friends to eat over 60 hot dogs in 10 minutes. I was the only one who survived.
Wow.
You should see
Damn
it
it,
coming out.
Boomstick.
Well, while Natasha was plenty deadly on her own, she got one more gift from the Red Room.
A super soldier serum. Because at the time, everyone and their dog was trying to make the next Captain America. But she wound up with the knockoff dollar store version. Because the Nazis decided to kill the only person in the world who knew how to make it. Seriously, what was this guy thinking?
Even still, she received some impressive benefits, including a beyond Olympic level physique, inhuman resistance to poison and disease, and slowed aging.
So she gets to keep her good looks for over a century.
And run up to 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
As the Black Widow, Natasha quickly proved her dominance over her peers, soon becoming the KGB's top operative. Taking on the most perilous of missions, it wasn't long until she found herself face to face with an adversary who proved her match, Iron Man.
Hey, when it takes a super suit with enough munition to wipe out a whole city to stop you, you know you're pretty good at what you do.
To
Yep.
destroy Iron Man and his team of Avengers, Black Widow recruited Hawkeye and attempted to sway him to the dark side. But to her surprise, the exact opposite happened.
Look at those arms. Jesus, Jeremy Renner. I want his arm workout program, dude.
Yeah, turns out Hawkeye is so goddamn handsome that he literally love-struck the brainwashing out of her.
And so, Black Widow betrayed her country and became an ally of the Avengers. And while keeping up with the likes of Iron Man and Thor is no easy feat, she held her own not just with her amazing talents, but also her plethora of gear and gadgets.
Where does she keep them all in that bodysuit? It's like super tight. I mean, not that I'm complaining or anything, but the logistics are baffling.
Well, not only is her suit composed of an abnormally durable Kevlar, she has several gadgets hidden within her gauntlets. The Widow's line is a retractable grappling hook that lets her swing like Spider-Man. Cartridges of tear gas pellets and explosives serve obvious purposes. And then there's the Widow's Bite.
What, like a spider bite? How's that supposed to...
Yeah.
Wow, that was pretty shocking, Wiz.
Hit him again.
Broke your glasses, idiot. I didn't see this coming.
Even without the KGB, Black Widow remains one of the top assassins in the world. She's so skilled with a sniper rifle, she could cut Hawkeye's bowstring while he's in mid-shot, forcing him to miss his target. To put this in perspective, the average thickness of compound bowstring is about 1/100th of an inch thick. That's as thin as a fingernail. And she made this shot from hundreds of feet away.
She's quick enough to easily dodge point-blank gunfire, skilled enough to defeat 100 men by herself, and strong enough to snap a guy's neck with just one kick.
Pretty impressive, as it takes around 600 pounds of force to break the human neck.
She's so goddamn tough. She's taken a grenade to the face from a few feet away, and she was fine. She fell 4 stories through a mountainside into a car, and she was fine. So much for that super serum being dollar store junk, right?
Well, this durability extends beyond physical toughness. After all, she doesn't exactly have bulletproof skin or anything like that. Rather, she possesses a staggeringly strong drive to survive, no matter what.
Yeah, like the time when she had to go through intensive surgery while she was still conscious.
Just imagine. She felt every cut, every pull, every movement as the surgeon sliced open her stomach and sewed up her insides.
Oh.
Despite the incredible pain throughout this entire ordeal, which likely lasted several hours, for her own sake, she could not move a muscle.
I think I'm gonna throw up. Oh, that reminds me of my vasectomy. Both of them.
But even alongside the Avengers, Natasha
Why?
maintains a gray sense of morality. Her path to redemption has been a rocky one, as her personal quest to destroy the Red Room has left a trail of bodies in its wake.
This is one redhead you don't want to mess with.
Sign me up, though.
While
man.
the stories of many world-class assassins often carry a truckload of baggage, few are quite as heartbreaking as the case of Amélie Lacroix.
That's even more true than you think, but we'll get there.
Growing up, Amélie never aspired or trained for combat. In fact, she devoted much of her life to becoming a world-renowned ballerina in Paris, France.
You know, I've noticed it's almost a requirement for all badass assassins to be ballerinas or something. So I started working on a few moves myself.
What? Wait, hold on! Amelie's husband, however, was a key figure for Overwatch, a global peacekeeping organization spearheading operations against a terrorist group called Talon.
Talon tried over and over to kill this guy, but they just couldn't pull it off. So instead, they kidnapped Amélie. Damn, not cool.
Thankfully, Overwatch quickly rescued her, and life returned to normal.
Or did it? Nope, because out of nowhere, Amélie killed her hubby in his sleep.
Turns out, the kidnapping wasn't just a simple ransom or attempted lure. Talon ruthlessly subjected Amélie to intense neurological reconditioning, molding her into the perfect brainwashed sleeper agent.
Right, because she was sleeping next to him in their bed, and then bam! First kill! Sleeper agent.
Right, sure. She returned to Talon to complete their psychological and physiological reconfiguration process. When all was said and done, Amélie Lacroix was no more. In her place stood the cold-hearted assassin known as Widowmaker.
Ah, I get why she's called Widowmaker, though it is kind of weird that the widow she was making was her.
Brilliant deduction, Boomstick. Widowmaker embodies the cold-hearted killer trope so well, it's actually literal. Talon's experiment slowed her heart rate and suppressed her emotions, turning her into an actual cold-blooded killing machine. Hence the cold blue skin.
That's not really a thing, is it? Turning your skin blue like that? Oh, I just figured she was the girl Smurf all grown up. Gotta be some trauma.
There's actually a pretty easy way to turn your skin blue. You just need to drink some colloidal silver.
Is it safe?
Oh, yeah, sure, no doubt. It's 100% non-toxic silver.
Okay, bottoms up.
Anyway, the blue makeover wasn't just for show. With her heart rate down, her body's movements and vibrations are highly reduced.
The blood pulsing through your hands can actually bump up your shot. It's not by a lot, but when you're aiming at something 1,000 yards away, even a tiny bit of movement matters.
This might not sound too difficult, Until you consider that a typical human heart rate in a stressful situation can exceed 100 beats per minute. A perfect sniper has to time their shots between almost 2 beats per second.
So even though she started pretty late, Widowmaker skipped years of killing people school with just this one little tweak.
Talon's manifesto is that humanity is made stronger through conflict. And so Widowmaker was taught a variety of different combat and covert techniques to be ready for any violent possibilities.
She's ridiculously athletic. Just look at her go! And she's got plenty of handy tools to help her kill people even faster.
She carries a grappling hook with a 65-foot cable, perfect for getting around any terrain in an instant. Her venom mines stick to most surfaces, and after being triggered by movement, release a deadly toxin.
And give her a ping in her funny-looking spider helmet.
That's Widowmaker's recon visor, basically multi-screen super goggles. They provide infrared sight that spots heat signatures through walls and transmits multiple feeds.
Then there's her signature weapon, the one, the only Widow's Kiss. It may look like an oversized SMG, but with a click of a button, it turns into a badass sniper rifle. As a sniper, this baby can fire at 4 different levels of power. A fully charged shot hits 10 times stronger than a standard one, making the Widow's Kiss one of the deadliest rifles in the world. Unless you're wearing some really heavy armor, it'll kill pretty much anyone with just one shot. Whiz, build me one now.
Yeah, with your luck, your hand will probably get stuck in one of the moving parts, and I'll have to be the one to amputate it and build you a mechanical replacement. Yeah, I'm in.
You don't know that. Stupid Wiz.
Widowmaker is one of Talon's top agents, and has the feats to prove it. She's taken on Overwatch members multiple times, effortlessly defeating some of their own top agents, like fellow sniper Ana Amari, whose cybernetic eye can see 6 times greater than a normal one. And she pulls this off while achieving ulterior goals, such as when she baited Tracer into unknowingly allowing her to assassinate a diplomat. That's some intense on-the-fly multitasking.
And she's way tougher than she looks. Her visor can protect her from a sniper shot to the face, and she even took a hit from Doomfist's gauntlet. This thing can take down a skyscraper. But she was fine.
While it wasn't wielded by Doomfist himself at the time, it clearly struck with some serious power. An average skyscraper ranges between 250 to 300 feet tall. To topple it in one go, you'd need a force equivalent to at least 2 tons of TNT.
You sure Talon didn't slip her some super serum in a drink or anything? Cause that's ridiculous.
Also, while ranged combat may be her forte, Widowmaker is skilled enough to take out an entire armed security force up close while avoiding their gunfire.
The blue bombshell can do it all. Kinda sucks that Talon drained her of all emotion, cause now she can't appreciate how badass she is. Kinda like how I sometimes forget I have a shotgun for a leg, until it—
God, I hate when that happens. Talon's experiments may have yielded astounding results, but I'm not sure they were quite so thorough. In fact, every Christmas, a certain blue-skinned woman can be found leaving a rose at her late husband's grave. So maybe, just maybe, Amelie isn't quite gone for good.
A single death can change everything.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first,
the internet is a complicated beast.
Ah, yes. Advertisement. You get paid for these advertisements.
It's kind of comical that, as far
right
as
now, it's
once in that animation when Black Widow blew her cover, whatever, when Tracer was, the whole fight that Tracer was chasing Black Widow, it took the robot dudes, the Omnic or whatever his name is, it took them forever to get him into the car. I don't know what they were just fucking strolling along.
Well, he was probably just like
shaking hands.
Like, hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Hello.
It's a security
Yes.
threat. Maybe just pick up the pace a little bit.
Maybe. God.
a death battle!
All right, who you got and why?
I'm still going with Black Widow. I'm sorry, with Widowmaker. Did I say Black?
You're going with Widowmaker?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's the hardest one yet.
I would probably say
neither of them have any clear 100% huge advantages over the other. Both of them are incredibly fucking durable, apparently.
yes.
The only one that I could even see having the most remote advantages if they were in a straight up like sniper fight. Widow actually has the visor.
Yes. Widow not only has the visor, but she has the primary
Like
weapon.
Widowmaker.
Well, it seems like she's pretty good at like aiming and fire, like shooting at in more extreme situations, like hanging upside down.
And the fact that she shot
flying around.
Anna's eye out through her scope,
Yeah.
like, it's pretty impressive. But it just depends on what kind of fight they ended up in, because I feel like at a close range fight, Black Widow might have the advantage from all of the fucking martial arts that she knows.
But she has to get close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be a lot of long range.
So this is the closest one, and I really don't know which one's going to win. Personally, I really like Widowmaker, so I guess I'm going to go with her just for the bias, but this is really just an up-in-the-air guess this time. I really don't know.
I'm going to go Black Widow. I guess that makes me the lone one, because y'all are going Widowmaker, so I'm going Black Widow. Let's see what happens. Let's take a gander.
It is pretty cool to see these things in like high quality animation now,
Oh, yeah.
instead of that like bit fucking shit they
Yeah,
used
the
to.
8-bit.
Yeah.
Je te vois. Got you.
Oh, I already know.
It's finished. Rendezvous immediately.
Black Widow has the power to look cool.
Oh, the right to make the mark.
Just became that scene from the beginning of the DMC reboot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What makes you think you could sneak up on me? I'm a goddamn Avenger.
I'm gonna go ahead and say I think I've lost this one.
Yeah, but a lot of times they play it up to make it look like the person that wins is the Virgin loses.
I can't survive. Try anything.
Nice theory. Let's test it.
Yep. Shit.
First loss.
I thought she was gonna like choke him out and like she was gonna play dead.
That's what I was saying. Is if it ended up close range, I'm pretty sure Black Widow wins.
Damn!
It just depended on which way the fight went.
Cold-hearted chick again?
Given her history, Natasha obviously brought a lot more combat experience to the battle than Widowmaker. Even still, this was far from one-sided. Widowmaker's arsenal in particular made it difficult for Natasha to outgun her in ranged combat, except for the Venom Mine, given her enhanced immune system.
But once Widowmaker was disarmed, something which seems to happen a lot, Natasha got the upper hand. Like, literally. She's way better at hand-to-hand. That's a no-brainer just based on how many martial arts she knows, her super serum boost, and how many people she's had to judo to death.
They both could dodge bullets and were expert shots, but Widowmaker has never shown capabilities equal to Natasha breaking a neck in one strike, running 35 miles per hour, or shooting a moving bowstring.
They were pretty evenly matched when it came to taking hits, though. Natasha took a grenade to the face, while Widowmaker got hit by Doomfist's gauntlet.
Yes, but while the gauntlet can take down a skyscraper, even in Doomfist's own hands, it certainly doesn't seem capable of doing so with only one hit. Much less in the hands of a skinny teenager.
Hell, Doomfist escaped prison by punching through a concrete wall with his bare fists. I don't think Hoodie Kid's gonna pull that off. Just a hunch.
Widowmaker certainly had her moments, but she just couldn't match Natasha's greater speed, precision, and decades of experience.
She just couldn't find that widow of opportunity.
The winner is Black Widow. Hey.
Okay. So, Nick, that's your first loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was kind of on
streak
the
is
fence
over.
when I was going with it. It was just, yeah, I don't know.
I wish I had have thought about it because that was the part that I probably would have reasoned that Black Widow would have definitely won, was the fact that Black Widow had a counter to one of Widowmaker's main arsenal things, and I didn't pay attention close enough to put two and two together.
Oh,
on
the
that.
poison.
Yeah, that
thing.
she was just, immune to the Venom Mine, essentially.
Yeah.
So
That's probably would have been the point where I went Black Widow's going to win because of that, probably.
well, it was one of the bigger things that.
I thought it, I was expecting it to get into like close quarters combat stuff, but I thought it was gonna, they were gonna like, some explosion or whatever. They were gonna find themselves at far distance again, and
Yeah.
Widowmaker would take the cake. But
So that's what I was thinking, is if it ended up ending in a distance battle, that
Yeah.
Widowmaker probably would have won.
Oh yeah. Well, Widow has the advantage at distance, and potentially mid range as well, because her weapon is long distance and mid range focused. But much like in the game, unless you get quick scoped really, really like by a really good player at close range, Widow's done. Unless Widow can pull an escape with her grappling hook, which Natasha pretty much swiped that out the air. Very moment Widow tried to go somewhere, it was just like, nope. I mean,
Well,
shit, dude. I remember probably my favorite Widowmaker kill I ever got while killing a Widowmaker was when I found her as Genji, and she was up in this secluded room, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get her. And then I come up behind her, and then I throw the ninja stars at her, hit her twice, and then I quick dash slice through her, and then I turn around and I'm right behind her, and I melee her in the back of the head, and I kill her, and I'm just like, ugh.
I think my most enjoyable one was just a couple weeks ago. We were playing on like the one that was a Russian factory, I think.
Oh yeah,
And it was like the enemy we were almost had it. They were there at the base and they were holding us back. And then I went around with Diva to that bridge because both Widowmaker, Widowmaker and what's the minigun dude? Bastion. They were both up there on that bridge. And I just went in right quick and bam, just lit them up. That was enjoyable because at that point Widowmaker had been killing the fuck out of us.
We played one on Junkertown the other night that we ended up losing, but we were doing really bad at first, and I was playing as Hog, and I decided to switch to Hammond. And there was a Widowmaker that kept getting up on the blades and trying to snipe down at everybody at the last point. And so, like, twice, like, I just fucking grappled up as Hammond and landed and rolled up next to her and just blew her head off with my little turrets. she's just like, oh, and when you show up right next to her, she doesn't know what to do.
Yep, there you go. And you just like decimated her.
Yeah.
God, dude. So, I figured the close range would come into effect. I knew that's where Black Widow would win it if it got there because honestly, you would have.
Yeah, I was on the fence with it because I was gonna go with Black Widow, but I figured it was gonna go end at range. Like they might get close quarters, but I thought they were gonna go back out to range or something.
Yeah.
And that's why I went with Widowmaker. But yeah,
Well,
Black Widow definitely, the close range stuff definitely has the advantage there.
yeah.
Based on every Marvel movie that I've seen so far.
Well, phew, that was fun. That was a lot of fun, and we hope that you all enjoyed this because if you all want us to do more death battles, just let us know in the comments down below because I like doing these. I like seeing what happens and all that. And honestly, if you want to see more, just whenever they come out, or if there's old ones in the past that you want us to watch, feel free to let us know about those. Excuse me. But yeah. Also, if you want to check out more of our stuff, feel free to click the links in the description. Take you to our Discord and our Patreon. And also, if you want to check out more from Roan and Primordic Studios, there will be a link in the description to Primordic Studios. So feel free to check that out. And yeah.
We haven't got any video content out yet.
Well, it's fun. Well, it's okay. Eventually.
We're almost there.
Eventually. So, yeah, and if also you want to see more, if you like the video, leave a like. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And signing off, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roan.
And we will see you all in the next one. Peace.